What is a soul? And do you have one?
Oh, God! What the... Jeez! I was not ready for that. No, not the jumping out of the endless white void. The big blue dumbass. I thought I was done, but I'm never done with spirit science and their endless cavalcade of absolute nonsense. It has to be addressed by the one man qualified in being the stupid to the ultimate level, aka me. Right, let's give this another go, shall we?
What is a soul? And do you have one?
Ah, f***! Damn it, it's still terrifying. Anyway, what is a soul and do I have one? Well, the answer to both of those is obviously no, souls don't real shut up, and no, souls don't real shut up. And even if they were really a real thing, I wouldn't have one because I would sell it immediately for booze money.
Or are you some kind of soulless monster?
Exactly! Thank you, finally we've reached an understanding. I am a hideously evil monster man, and I should be treated with the respect that such a thing should be due. That is to say, none. Mostly just leave me alone and everyone will be happy.
In previous episodes discussing the soul, we've explored the shamanist conception along with the Greco-Egyptian one.
Well, funny thing about those two takes on the soul, they actually have one thing very much in common. You see, they are both, in fact, complete and total bollocks. Isn't that amazing? How two cultures separated by both time and space could invent something that wasn't true without ever meeting. It really makes you think that humans are f***ing stupid.
Today, it's time we brought things into the modern world a bit more.
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, it's not like 99% of ancient ideas are basically completely worthless at this point in history or anything. So, just a bit more into the modern era, you know, like phrenology, or one I just found out about, iridology, which is basically the same thing, but instead of feeling the bumps on your noggin, you magic things about someone's life, health and personality, etc., based on the colours and patterns of their eyes. Let's see if that one makes a comeback in the next few years, as the woodologists try to find anything other than modern science to explain their incredibly poor life choices.
And look at how the idea of the soul has changed since the New Age movement arose.
Well, my guess will be it's changed from one thing that cannot be proven in any way, shape or form to a slightly different thing that cannot be proven in any way, shape or form. Might be giving the game away a bit there, really, 3 times in fact. But what the hell did you come to me for if not to listen to me dismissively shit on the ideas of the chronically fanciful? And it's quite the skill to take a shit dismissively, especially when they are so big and filled with wildlife and lava.
And see what kind of theory we might need to even think about studying the non-physical aspect of our existence scientifically.
No, just no, dude. If it's non-physical, intangible and undetectable, then there's a real good chance it's unfalsifiable and thus not scientific in any way, shape or form. It's like asking what can we do to study the science of Mr. Intangiismo, the invisible man that leaves no trace of his existence anywhere ever. There's a really, really good chance that he just doesn't real, mate.
But regarding all of this, we must remember that even if we scientifically prove that the soul exists and can measure it and everything.
You won't though, because, you know, spoilers, but sure, even if you could, it wouldn't mean what? That you can do anything with it? That you can prove anything with it? It has any more value than a 2-day-old pint of milk that's been left in the sun? Actually, nothing has more value than that. What else are you going to throw into the faces of various door knockers that come to annoy you on your day off? Take that, Mrs. Six Mum.
That's only half the picture. The other half is taking the time to make sure that your soul is nurtured and cared for, inside and out.
Well, that completely assumes that the things you would discover about it mean that it requires anything like that. See, that's the problem with you and yours. Everything you do is just based on assumptions. Assuming what you think whatever thing is going to be like and then talking about it like it's fact. And never stopping for breath, lest those horrible thoughts like, maybe I'm full of shit, creep in. And you have to shut the f*** up for once in your life. Can't let that happen. Must make more assumptions.
You see, nurturing the soul is important. I mean really important.
What did I tell you? What if it doesn't need that? What if your flailing in the darkness is actually damaging to the soul? In fact, what if, and get this right, what if what you think of as the soul is like some part of the human body, a part that not only contains the essence of who that person is, but also their intellect and other important facets of them. And what you are doing by being silly and wrong all the time is causing actual damage to those parts. We should come up with a name for that thing, but to be honest, I'm not sure that you even have a brain. Whatever one of those is.
If we don't, we can actually become those soulless monsters, intent on only fulfilling our ego's desires.
Well, that sounds f***ing awesome. And seriously though, what don't you do based on desire? Even the want to do good would be a desire. So what really is so bad about that? And fulfilling that need to make people happy, that definitely strokes the old ego. I do think that we need to stop acting like being a person and not trying to act like some bizarre altruism robot as bad things. In fact, altruism bot sounds exactly like one of those ideas that ends up getting humanity creamed and fed to each other. 'Cause really, what does protect humanity mean? Keep one of them alive, off of the flesh of the others, and jobs are good 'un, I think. Although, let's be fair, one still is far too many.
There's seriously so much of that in the world today, and a wave of that kind of craziness is about to hit us.
A wave of people doing craziness for the sake of their own feelings. You people have been doing the rounds for years. I doubt much is about to change on that front. Although it would be pretty horrifying if suddenly a shitload more of you turned up, spouting off pseudo-scientific bullshit like it was the facts all day. That sounds f***ing exhausting.
Because we are approaching the holiday season.
Oh, nice. Way to date the video, buddy. Santa damn it. You know, maybe I'm just a miserable old git, but I've always had a dislike for, like, seasonal content. Like, is anyone watching, say, Halloween content outside of autumn or whatever? It just seems like a way to make your shit only watchable for a couple of months a year. Or perhaps I just hate fun. Probably that.
So in the spirit of nurturing our souls, instead of the chaotic soulless rush of people plowing down each other for the latest specials and deals this year.
I mean, that's awful and not at all half the reason why I don't really put any effort into the whole kill all hoomans shtick. You guys are just chomping at the bit to wipe yourselves out, so really all I have to do is sit back, relax and watch the world burn. But like all things, you're even bad at destroying yourselves efficiently. Get a move on.
We're going to be hosting Season of the Centaur for all of Sagittarius season between November 22nd and December 21st.
Season of the Flimblegarth, almost completely indistinguishable from Season of the Doolgoof, Season of the Flink, and all the other made-up meaningless horseshit seasons. You know, I'm starting to think that maybe we should just pack the whole thing in and just use the normal seasons instead of trying to be special all the time. Although special is one word I would use to describe Spirit Science and their fans.
We'll tell you all about it next week, but if you want to attend the live event as we shift from Scorpio season to Sagittarius on the 22nd,
oh God, no, I can think of hundreds of things I would rather do than spend more time with you lot than absolutely necessary. Many of them involving peeling off my own skin and rolling around in various types of irritants. Today I'm thinking lemon-infused salt. Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
please use the link below to sign up for Spirit Mysteries for only $1. We'd love to see you there.
Oh well, at least you stopped lying about that shit being free, although it's still totally a fucking scam when you realise that the same value could be extracted by stapling a white sheet of paper over your monitor and or phone. More so in fact, because then you wouldn't have to look at that shite at all. Win-win!
We're in for an absolutely magical holiday season, as long as we know how to prepare with the fullness of our heart.
Oh, sweet zombie Jesus, that was just the video intro? Right, fine, we're already this far in, and I am nothing if not a slave to sunk cost fallacy. So let's just keep going till I can't keep going no more. I am sure that it won't drive me knucking futs or nothing. To help with that, we will be skipping the animation though, cause f*** that chirpy bullshit.
As the challenge persists, the main problem that always comes up is that
Souls are BS? That the idea that some kind of disembodied self that is separate from the person that you are not only makes no sense, it's also just ridiculous on its face, since there are no examples of anything like that in nature. You don't step on a watermelon and 50 feet away a bear drops dead because you broke his spirit melon. Not how that works. Obviously it would be a honeypot like Pooh Bear.
A soul is more of a question of philosophy than science.
Really? You do surprise me. And of course by more of a question of philosophy, do you mean completely a philosophical idea, and thus not even remotely scientific? So trying to link it up to science is a complete non-starter. Shonking.
Like the fundamental forces of nature studied by physics, if the soul exists objectively, it's surely gotta be one of the most elementary and fundamental aspects of the universe.
Wait, why would it be? You know that beings took a really long time to exist, right? So under that idea, souls spent literally billions of years just running around the vast emptiness of space, or wherever the hell else they were, before finally something gained a soul. And on that point, what level of critters have souls? Does it have to be something as complex as an animal? Can a single-cell organism have a soul? If not, when does it become complex enough for that honor? And if yes, why don't the fundamental parts have souls? Or do they and everything in the universe have one, and suddenly it becomes a lot less special and even more meaningless than it was before?
That is, the first principle of creation.
Ew, creation? Ew, ew. You know I did a spirit science today because I'm trying to get a 5-minute break from f***ing creation. Nothing in the universe at large has any evidence of it being created. Stop using that f***ing dirty word. Yuck.
Soul, God, consciousness, spirit, whatever you call it.
It's a load of old horseshit. Instead, try brand new extra strength science. Science is the only way that you can have cool shit that works, and not to be confused with the inferior spirit science, which produces shit videos that make dick all, apart from aneurysms and voided bowels, from just how brain-bendingly, arse-shatteringly stupid it all is. Spirit science. Not even once.
It lies at the heart of reality itself, and by understanding its nature, we can understand our own nature and place in the tapestry of creation.
Your place in the universe, again I'm not calling it creation because that's not what it is hurtling around a ball of fire barely clinging onto a speck of dirt, surrounded by an everything else that desperately seems to want you very, very, very dead. Your place in the universe is an oopsie from a meteor away from being no place. And any time will do, Mr. Meteor.
Describing what a non-physical soul would be like is really freaking hard.
Think there might be a good reason for that, almost like it's not real or something. Tell you what, I have a better idea. Why not do that and do literally anything else instead? Hey, maybe instead of making shit up about how the universe works, you could, I don't know, actually learn something about it? I promise you, it's way more interesting and more importantly, fucking coherent than this shite. And yes, I am completely willing to remove a source of content from my channel if it would mean never having to listen to one of his word salad diatribes ever again.
Mostly because our main sense of existence is physical.
Main sense? Oh, and there I was thinking it was literally our only one. Stupid me. I mean, of course you're going to provide evidence of this sense that goes beyond, you know, sometimes I feel like I am just better than everyone else, so of course I must be. Because as we all know, the only person allowed to feel like that is me. Because it's true.
We interact with the world largely through our physical bodies, and the brain is designed to interpret electrical signals into physical sensations.
Yes, that's why I spend a lot of time electrocuting any hoomans who approach me. It's the only language they seem to understand. Seeing as go away and I'm not interested in buying your shit doesn't seem to work out on the street. But a friendly 3 gigajoule shock and then they are nowhere to be seen. I'm assuming they just ran off and they even left their little pile of dust behind. Well, it's mine now. I'll be eating that later. What?
Even if you have a transcendent experience, this is still deciphered by the brain and the body.
Even if you have a transcendent experience, it's still deciphered by the brain and body. Well, what if I told you it was far more than that? What if I told you that the brain is such an amazing thing that this transcendent experience was made entirely by it? No deciphering required. Isn't that just amazing? Look, I want him to figure out it's all imaginary. Maybe pretending that the brain is magic will give him a hint. I don't know.
And there's always a part of the experience that's lost to memory.
Well, if that's not a blatant admission that these so-called transcendent experiences are just f***ing dreams, I don't know what is. And don't get me wrong, dreams are cool, dreams are interesting, dreams can even make you think about ideas you hadn't consciously considered before. But you know what they ain't? They ain't real life, and they certainly aren't magic. Stop.
It can be difficult to conceptualize non-physical things in a practical way, but that's not to say non-physical stuff doesn't exist.
There are plenty of non-physical stuff that are real things. Ideas and abstract concepts like how me do the catch ball. But they also come with explanations of how they work that can be tested. You can catch that ball and you can express ideas using words. But there are plenty of abstract concepts that are total nonsense. Just because there are some things that you can use that aren't physical doesn't mean that all non-physical things are useful. And if you can't get over that first hurdle, best to just assume it's fake and move the f*** on.
Just that it exists in an abstract sense that's a little difficult to grasp.
So difficult to grasp, in fact, it might as well be not f***ing there. What a shonk. Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstar Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was gonna tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the